We told you that Susan's been very busy lately. She also caught up with Ricki Derek, known to his Irving friends as Derrick Welch, at his annual Christmas concert. She brings us this update on the multifaceted, multi-talented entertainer.
When you hear his voice, it's as if Old Blue Eyes was singing himself. MacArthur High School alum Ricki Derek is here to bring holiday cheer once again for his 5th annual A Merry Little Christmas show. Pulling off another successful run at Lakewood Theater in Dallas, Ricki continues to give his audience what they want while still throwing in little surprises along the way.
Well, it's always different because I kind of like to go by the off the cuff a little, but we've added a couple different songs and done some video stuff, different video stuff. But you know, there's this temptation to really change it up, and then I realized that what I was going for and what people like is the tradition of it. So it's hard to get too nutty. I mean, I don't want to just give them the same thing, but I know people show up kind of like what I wanted it to be, which is just a traditional thing. Well, let's go to that show because we know what we're getting, and that's kind of what I've done with it. So a little bit, but not too much. Yeah. That's my roundabout answer.
Of course, with the holiday spirit surrounding him in his show, Ricki shared with us one of his favorite Christmas memories.
Christmas, just like the ones I used to know.
You know, growing up, we lived in St. Louis in a great old 2-story, huge old, crazy mammoth house. And me and my brother and sister would be upstairs, sort of, I can't think of the name. Anyway, we're upstairs, so it was separate from, we couldn't, there was a door and you couldn't go downstairs. So the long, long night of anticipation, of just giddiness, of what was going to happen the next morning. I mean, I hate to say it, but the presents, the things were so important to kids. It's not like you wake up and go, oh, it's Christmas. It's like, where's the stuff? And later on, you kind of realize how important just the time was. But then, so giddy, and no matter how old we were, me and my brother and sister were always like, couldn't wait. Just waking up and the door opening, and mom in the robe, dad in the robe, and just going to the tree and going, yeah, it's just so great, but so bonding. Like when I say it, it sounds like we were thinking about the stuff, but then I remember just the feeling, the euphoria, and the night before was just as cool as going out. Like just just keeping busy until the day came. So I love that. And of course, like this show, we used to literally gather around the TV and watch all the great Christmas specials, and that's what inspired me to do it, was the tradition of that and how much fun that was. And that's what I try to capture with this, is like gathering, bonding, the whole thing, that Christmas doesn't have to mean any religious to you at all. It just needs to feel. It just needs to be a feeling, and that's what I try to do with this show.
For those of you who missed a Merry Little Christmas show this year, don't worry. Ricki will be back next year. In the meantime, you can get familiar with the music of the show with Ricki's Christmas album.
Here's to Christmas. We did this album last year, and all the arrangements are great original arrangements by David Pierce, who's a Denton guy. And he and I decided from this show, it was almost taken from the show, to try to bottle that. Like, we already had these great arrangements, so let's do it. And I Believe is an original song that he and I wrote together, and I kind of wanted to just take a crack at just a traditional, cool, get you in the mood, and the vibe of the tune is kind of like, I believe in the spirit of it, again, not the religious aspect so much as just how good it feels when that comes around. I mean, you want to do good deeds, you kind of want to give people, so that's just something that comes to you naturally, and I wanted to kind of talk about that in this song. And we did it very traditional, very similar to the show, kind of, Sinatra meets Bing Crosby kind of arrangements with that sort of old Hollywood big orchestra feel, and I'm really proud of it. It's nice to do one of these once in a while. I did one a long, long time ago, and I seem to have this deal of recording stuff in August that should be recorded when it's cold out, when you're doing Christmas. So here we were sweating, trying to get into the Christmas spirit. So if you can pull that off in Texas in August, it's a good album. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's perfect.
Thank you. Thank you, Irving. I miss you.
The show brought out kids and their families for a fun-filled performance that everyone was able to dance and sing along to. For About Town, this is Susan Kamyab reporting.
To find out what Ricki Derek is up to next, you can find him online at rickiderek.com.